You got to think this is Orlando at like 3 in the morning. Everything closed. So I'm drunk. I see a gas tank. I thought it was a urinal.
Man, I'm just letting you know, man. This is all recorded, so this is for the outtakes, G. Do you know what I mean?
People who know me already know about it, you know. So it's all good, man. But that was the moment where I was like, no, I can't do this no more.
Nah, for real, man. I just don't have your willpower at this particular stage of my life, but I go through phases, you know.
Yeah.
But that's probably why Cosm looks like 10 years younger than me, and I'm like, I'm actually 20 years younger than him.
No, I was.
Welcome back to Shotgun the Orcs podcast. It's your host Tom, and today we have a very special episode in store for you guys. So it's the Shotgun the Bars retrospective podcast. So joining us today in our discussion, we've got Jake, also from Camp Shotgun. Aiden is missing in action, probably still hiding in shame after that controversial video upload that we'll talk a little bit about later. Also joining is judge and rapper Rob Cosm. How you doing, man?
Don't air me out like that. Don't air me out. That's the government. Don't air me out like that.
we got judge and producer.
That's getting beat down. Now you're gonna beat that one out.
Fuck that noise. We're rolling. Judge and producer Big O. And how you doing, man? Obviously, we know a little bit about you and your past involving gas tanks and urinals.
Yeah.
We've got a finalist and runner-up of the contest. It's the Velvet Do-Rag himself, a.k.a. Blood First.
Oh, go on, man. Velvet Do-Rag intact just for you, man. Put it on just for you.
Indeed.
Come on, man.
Can I call you Wes just for the podcast?
Yeah, Wes or Wesy. Of course, man. Of course, brother.
Nice one, that's me. Nice one. And last but not least, the first ever Shotgun the Bars champion is Lomax. How are you doing, man?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, honestly, it's a pleasure. I mean, obviously, for many of our regular listeners, you would have known we put a contest out. It's been going on for the past couple of months. But for those of you who may not know, go and check out the last month or two worth of Instagram posts on our Instagram, and then come back and check out this podcast. Otherwise, you might get a little bit confused. But but the concept of this episode is basically just to talk a little bit about the concept behind the competition and talk about some of the controversy, some of the best bars, and just general chit chat about the contest in general. So kicking things off, I thought, Rob, this was your brainchild, man. So I'll throw you under the bus first with terms of inception and concept of Shotgun the Bars, man. So tell me why you decided to ruin my life for the last 2 months.
No, it was random. I was on my way to work or something, on my way home from, I think I was on my way to work. G told me he was going to drop the instrumental album. And I was like, all right, cool. He's going to do the Iron Statue instrumental album. I was like, okay, cool. And I literally, as I was getting out of the car, I must have thought to myself, maybe we could flip that. Imagine if we did like a bars competition where we use the instrumentals from the thing, and maybe we can get some hype around the instrumentals and then get hype around the album, so people will actually go and listen to the music as well, because it's good publicity. Do you know what I mean? So it's just so I thought of that. Finished work and I was like, oh shit, I got a message Tom. So I'm literally sat in the car park outside work and I messaged you and bow.
Yeah, man, it's got to be done.
That was it.
Lomax, have you got your hand up, or is that a mistake?
That is a mistake. Fully fledged mistake. Fuck, man. I can only see myself in the corner. I ain't got a big ass version of myself like I have a volume, man. Sorry. No, I don't. I think that's from last time,
It's all good.
Lower hand, there you go.
There we go. Yes, I was going to say, man, because for anyone listening, for context, we're on Skype, obviously. So if anyone wants to ask anything, they got to put their hand up. But it's not.
Sounds like every work meeting I ever go on. Have you got your hand up? I think you're on mute.
Mate, ridiculous times we live in. So it kind of snowballed from there. Like Rob hit me up saying, got this concept. We want to kind of put a bit of hype around the instrumentals, and it's a sick album, really sick beat tape as well. So we thought, well, why not? We tried doing something similar like last year during lockdown, not a contest, but just kind of send you bars, we'll put them up on the platform, and everyone can just enjoy them. So that was kind of the concept of it. But then we thought we kind of introduced like the tournament concept as well, and that's when it turned into a bit of a like kind of a really interesting social experiment, if that makes sense. Is how people like interpreted what they needed to do with it. But the qualifying rounds, man, fucking hell, we had like close to 200 entries.
Wow. For real, I had no idea.
There were so many people.
Man, it was crazy. And I don't know, like for me, I thought, everyone has their own perspective on things, and you think, oh, this is going to be unanimous 16, right? So basically the system, just for like Wes and Mike's kind of, because just for your benefit, we had like a WhatsApp group. People would send them through to us. We put all the videos on a WhatsApp group with like the name of the MC, and then we'd kind of rate them basically and like compile our own list, our own 16, and then try our best to like consolidate them. I thought it was going to be unanimous, like I'll put a 16 together and everyone's going to be like, yeah, let's put those. And
through. The dead thing about it is that the videos would clutter your phone up. So I had to like delete the memory on my all the my random videos, like WhatsApp videos from this, because it would just clutter in my phone, and my phone was like the storage is getting killed on it. So I had to delete everything just to watch these rappers. Half of them, were good. Do you know what I mean? Half of them, well done for your effort, but it was just it was good, and I rated that, and that's what I liked about the competition. It was how everyone flipped and came different on the thing, but I was messing my storage up on my phone. Come on.
WhatsApp grabs everything, doesn't it, man?
Kills it.
Straight in your gallery, man.
It kills it. It kills it. You're finding random pictures of. So what is this? But So you have to turn off that thing. Turn off your default. Always remember that. Turn off your default.
I'll keep that in mind.
Trust me.
Yeah, man. But when kind of push came to shove, and we had to put together a 16, and so I think like you guys were both like unanimous. I think everyone included you. We have to say that because you're on the podcast, otherwise it'd be rude. But no. For real though, like both of you were unanimous. But it was got quite heated. There was like some people we were like we really wanted to put through. Others were just like, nah, let's not do that. And it's just like kind of last minute bits and bobs, and then it ran up to like midnight on the closing night, and we were having entries still coming in. So obviously you have to add those back into like the group as well, and you have to you need to allow sufficient time to like judge those entries as well. So it was a learning.
Wasn't there like a really good last entry as well, like a last minute entry that was really good?
One of my boys, I bet, was it Brother Smokes?
I can't remember. There was like 3 people that popped up, and they were like, one of them was really, really good, and we were like, oh shit, and that just chucked a spanner in the works, and we were like, fucking hell, what we got to do now? We got to try and rethink. Do you know what I mean? Or try and, I don't know, chuck someone out and put someone in. Or I can't remember who it was. I might have it written down. I don't know. I've got loads of weird notes.
It was constant, man. That whole thing was constant. Like a few rappers, I thought, right, like Bud's sick, Skint was sick. Trying to think who else. Cletus I really rated. There was loads of rappers I thought, fucking hell.
Why Tyrone, man?
That was the one for me.
It was good.
Yeah.
I've got a list here of people that have like, look, the list is there. Look, boom, that's the list.
Yeah, I see it.
Wow. Wait. There's Lomax there. Boom, see that one there.
We got Shotgun at Arts, Shotgun at Bass competition. Lomax. Yo, well now I'm not deceased, just a walking dead man. Same as anybody on the planet if we're deadpan. Fix up my mind so I'm flying over lights. Roller coaster up and down, vibe arrive when I'm supposed to. Listen, my Cosa Nostra, unbeknown to most. Stepping out the shadow of the studio, comatose. Looking like I seen the Holy Ghost. Music overdose, overload the loop label. Lyrics let me overflow, home alone. Talk to myself as ever on the level. I'm the vessel, me and that
Dictionary has to rest unless it gets devised. You could never contemplate timing to revise and revisit lines that complicate. So watch the devil test your metal anytime he want. They align beside him, I'll be opposite him all at once. So all aboard the ark, Lomax trying to float away. Never let your person or your vibration go astray. Hey.
See that one there? Where's the blow first? Where's the blow first? For fuck's sake, hang on. He's definitely on.
He's there somewhere.
Yeah. I'm panicking now. I'm starting to sweat.
I'm pissed off, my pants down, my nose bleeding cause I dropped my phone on my face while I was beating off. That's one hell of a way to bust, I did it wrong. You put the fear of God in who? I put the fear of being God. Yeah. What? I wrote this one on a psychedelic. I can't be spun, I'm a broken record. Any rapper can come and get it. Dismember man like a gang that's ended. I'm a product of alcoholics and tragic endings. Method to the madness is getting known as manic depression. Slapping rappers while tapping pockets, I'm ambidextrous. Snatch your necklace and hand it back because it's a friendship. I'd call you a bitch, but that would be sexist. You're an independent woman, don't ever forget this. Sucking the bottom's an excellent beverage. I wake up, roll over, then get me some breakfast. I'm only joking, yo, my chick left me. Head hanging lower than my left chesty. I'm really sorry that it had to end. I had to get it off my chest. I really wish I wore the breast. My whole life now I'm fucking speaking. They tried to feed me humble pie, but it wasn't vegan. Entering competitions without knowing what I'm winning. It's not really a competition if I'm in it, innit?
You are there.
Yeah, I had that on mine too.
But I think it's I think it was just like it's like we all approached it from different ways, you know, because obviously for context, there were 6 of us. Ages ranged from like mid-20s to like late 40s. Rob, how old are you, mate?
38.
Yeah, so like obviously like you had different kind of perspectives, and I think like the final 16 was like quite a good diverse like representation of everyone who entered, you know. So it wasn't just kind of one style. It's a lot of different styles, and obviously that caused a lot of good conversation throughout the duration of the contest.
Yeah, like you had like a producer's ear listening to rappers, and then you had a rapper's ear listening to rappers, and then you had almost like a fan's ear listening to rappers. So you had
me.
Yeah. So you have completely. No, you're a rapper now.
Fuck off, man. That's Jake. Jake's got bars, man.
Well, yeah, no. So it's
I submitted an entry. I was pretty gutted. Like no one even picked me.
It didn't make it.
Terrible.
So yeah, going back to before the qualifying rounds, obviously like it was a good idea. We thought, right, I'll link up, like speak to Chess and see if he wants to help us out, put the word out. So he agreed to kind of put a little video together for us, and I want to apologise to Chester P for bringing on any like unwanted attention from anyone. Do you know what I mean? Because he's, you know, obviously just did us a favour, and then I think a lot of people were kind of onto him about it, like, oh yeah, and it's just like, you know, it is what it is. But
before it was his competition, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that, man. But no, he was just doing us a favour. So
that's how I found out about it, man. I seen his post, so I was like, I'll have a go at that, man.
There you go, man.
I didn't send my video to him though.
Nah, a lot of people did, didn't it? He was just
I seen another post. He said like, this ain't my comp, boys. Like, send it over to Shotgun Sauce.
I think a lot of people are like smoked out and just don't know what they're doing. I don't know what it is, but like they're just all kind of like etiquette goes out the window with these things, and they forget they're speaking and like speaking to a human being at the other side who's like putting on free entertainment.
So what type of things were you getting? What type of things?
I'm not going to go into it, man,
you can.
Just kind of
don't mention any names. You can just kind of, you know, talk around it.
Because just stuff like, oh, you know, like, why aren't you putting me on? Why haven't you uploaded my video? You know, that kind of stuff, and you know, it's kind of, I was genuinely getting round to putting up as many as I could, and I physically couldn't do it, and it was like a joint effort between us guys, and it just got to the point where if people weren't coming correct, I was just like, nah, fuck you, like I'm not, you know,
like it makes it long. Like didn't they? Wasn't someone like did like 2 videos, and then someone, I don't know. Like,
people were sending like videos that weren't really videos; they were just like screenshots, and I was being inundated.
Audio screenshots, isn't it? Do you remember?
Wait, how you mean screenshots? How do they send in screenshots? What does that mean?
It's just like a picture with like an audio. That was
come on,
Yeah,
man.
there was a couple of those. I remember seeing those, and it was like, well, you at least put some effort into it. That's not what we asked for.
At least put some subtitles in, eh?
Man, if they would have put subtitles in that, I would have just broke down laughing.
And man, we'll go into that, man. But I like what you said. I read a comment that you made, Wes, about like 80% of people get drawn into content through their eyes, like by reading what's on the page. I thought you gave that some thought.
Oh, 100%.
Wait. Do you know what I was impressed with? I was impressed in Wes's interior design. That's what drew me. I was like, oh, I like the colours he's got going on in the videos.
Even at the moment, like it's aesthetically pleasing.
I was panicking for the final. I was like, he's gonna be in some fucking Marble Arch.
No, but Lomax, in your final, bro, you came with it, bro. You had all the effects on point. You had your own logo coming up. You had the blurred vision. I was like, man, pulled it out of the bag, bro.
That's because you set the standard so high, bro.
Yeah. Now, we'll go into that later, but fam, oh my days, I'm a fan of your fucking final round, man. I'll tell you that straight, bro. Yeah,
crazy, man. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. I think we talked about this before we started recording, but obviously Big O and G-Man provided the beats for this thing. There were 3 qualifiers could pick. For the most part, they went for the Open Your Eyes Big O remix, and I heard that over and over and over again in my head. But eventually we got there with the 16 after a lot of kind of internal debate and everything else. And yeah, shouts to Verbz for the announcing duties as well. That was quite a funny little video he did for us. So shouts to that guy. Yeah, man. And I think I'm not sure if people were expecting the kind of like the tournament knockout format that it was going into. Mike, did you know kind of what this was going to be? Join the club.
No fucking way, bro.
No, I didn't. Go on, you tell your version, Blood.
I'll go first, Blood. Basically, I've like in the last few months, I've just been putting out freestyles back to back to back. Like before I even knew about this competition, I've been putting out freestyles with subtitles, just doing it for fun to build up my engagement because I'm in conversations with a few people and I want to. Basically, you know, when a label looks at you, they want to see that you can do what you say you can do. So I've been treating my IG like a CV for the last couple of months, if you will. Like I didn't even use IG, bro. I'm one of them guys. I had IG for I don't know how many years, a lot of years, bro. And I've never actually really posted on it. I've been very vacant. All my friends are like, why aren't you using it properly? So anyway, long story short, I've been using it, putting up freestyles, at least 1 or 2 a week for like a few months in a row. And then, you know, Bucks, he's from, he's from the same town as me, right? And I follow him and I fuck with him as well. And like, we got a tune coming out together. And I saw it through him on my timeline. I thought he'd done it. And I didn't even know what the competition was. I didn't even know what it was. But then I clicked on the Shotgun Hawks hashtag and then I put my freestyle up. Having no idea the way, I didn't even know it was going to go head to head, but I was just doing it because I love fucking rapping and it was just, fuck it, like it was like the stars aligned, like I'm putting out videos anyway, I like that beat, let's jump on it. And then here we are, like a few months later, bro, yeah,
man, good sport, like 3 years later, the competition finally wraps up.
It took over my life, man.
Tell me about it. Lomax, man, what are your
similar, man? Similar in many ways. So I've not used that Instagram much, man. I've been on it years. I used to have silly ass pictures of like holidays and shit, and then I've just kind of I've loved hip hop all my life. I've done a few comps like end of the week. I've done that a few years back, man. I forget what years it was against G-Bag, people like that. So I'll get involved. I've done a few battles, but I'm not really a battle MC, but. Like I said, I just saw the Chester P post. I thought, fuck it, I'll have a go. And the Shotgun the Bars tag kind of made me think it's just going to be bars, man. So, we'll get into this, I'm sure, down the line. But bars is bars, isn't it? So Blood's going to say the battle bars, which I'm not a battle rapper, so I just thought it would be more kind of judged on your bars, which it was in the end anyway. So, but it was all good, man. It just turned into something I wasn't expecting. But once you're in it,
you know what, man? It grew legs for real, man. And I think it was, and we've obviously spoken throughout this whole thing. It like evolved in ways we didn't know it would. and there isn't a fucking manual to it. It was just like the first time we've done it, and it was just like, okay. The brief was basically just like take the beat and fuck it up, and it's open to interpretation. So I think when people see they're going head to head with someone else, they instantly think, all right, okay, so am I sending for this guy? Am I just like what's the format? And leaving it kind of a little bit kind of, you know, a little bit kind of elusive.
The guy I was up against, Jacob, man, I'd spoke to him prior anyway, so I was like, fuck me, man, we've just been drawn against each other, so I was like, how do you want to do this? A bit like, I think Con and Pique did something similar, so
yeah, man.
My first 2 rounds was a bit gentlemanly, but kind of by round 3, I thought, this guy's going to come for me, and I knew fucking Blood was coming for me, so...
Coming for Blood, man.
Act accordingly, man. Sorry, Wes, bro. Sorry.
Nah, it's calm, man. Call me either or, man. Call me the wanker guy, crossdresser, all of that, bro. I'm here for it.
Oh man.
Yo, but Tom, like, for the record, I've never battled any man in my whole life. I've never sent for anyone. I've never had any lyrical beef or whatever you want to call it. And you remember when you know, you said I made it, and then you gave me the first beat for the first round of the second, whatever, the first head to head. I hit you up and I was like, am I sending for him or am I just sparring?
As everyone did, man. And I was like, oh fuck, we're at this point, are we? I just said what you want. I just said what you want. Same to anyone. Like you can interpret it how you will. It's a conversation and then a thought experiment, like for future contests, like whether or not we split the two. We do like a bars one and we do like a battle rap one. But this is it's been interesting though.
They are bars. I read one of your posts where it was like the bars is just with a battle element, and it's all bars, isn't it? It's just whether you're going after someone or not, and quite like all the last round, the final and the semis, I was like sat around like a fucking divering idiot thinking, what's he going to say? Is he going to talk about this shit on my face, my teeth? I even said the night before, man, I was like to my wife, he's going to go for my teeth, man, because I'd go for my teeth if I was...
Predictable, man, predictable.
Not predictable.
No, not in that way. I ain't cussing you out now, bro.
It's that fucking nature, innit? You're gonna try and...
Yeah, you go for what you can. You go for what you can, yeah.
Man, absolutely, and, so...
Yeah, I'll be real, like, in my first round, so I hit you up, Tom, and I was asking, you said, and you were like, it's whatever you want to make it, you know? And in my head, I'm thinking, if I'm completely honest, and I'm going to be completely real with you, like,
man.
If it was just bars, I would have loved it if it was just bars. But the fact that my first opponent, oh my God, I don't mean to disrespect him, he's a hard rapper.
Lebs.
Yeah. Lebs, he's a top boy and a good sport, yeah? I expected him to fucking go in on me. So I'm coming at attack because I'm like, if I'm dropping like sick bars with, you know, nothing aimed at this opponent or head to head, and he comes in being like, you this, you that, then I'm fucking dead. So I had to use attack as my form of defense. And then when I heard this guy's round, bro, I felt fucking awful. I was like, oh man. Mum's life, bro. I was like, fuck, I got it all wrong, you know? And then after that, I was like, well, I fucking changed the playing field. So when it comes to the second round, then this guy's definitely going to come for me. So that's when I tried to use the humor to try and... But yeah, it's a learning curve as we go through, you get me?
You weren't the only one to interpret it that way, though, man. I mean, like, I think like Rain and Mick Swagger was the first battle of round one, and like Rain went in with the battle bars. But I think Rain's verse was slept on, though. I think he had quite a lot of good bars. A lot of good bars in there, a lot of sleeper bars in there. But Mick Swagger, just like, you look like a beatnik cross with a child killer, just like body.
No, trying to learn the skateboard in your late 40s.
That was the one that did it for me, man.
I love the fucking childishness. I love the immaturity of some of it. Like, it's just fun and it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, but there was still wordplay. There was still fucking bars, as Lomax was saying.
I think that's where people got bucks wrong with that. His verse, right? A lot of people were slagging it off in the comments and stuff, and I don't think they should have been. I think people misread or misunderstood Bucks's verse. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
Elaborate,
they misunderstood. Like, he was there just going in and keeping it like, because the way he is very like conversational, and he kind of just talks and he says little not childish, but like little bait things that can piss people off and stuff like that. And that's how he goes in on people, saying they lick round the loo brush and he's, you know, specky this and da-da-da. And they're like battle punches. But then people in the comments were saying, did he even rap? He was just talking. When it was like, no, he was just coming across relaxed. Like they were battle punches. Do you know what I mean? Like they were going in. And then obviously Ark felt a certain type of way because then he battled Bucks when he was against C.O.N-Vers.
Yeah, that was interesting. We'll come on to round 2, man. But yeah, Archetype was probably the most and I'm not gonna like, you know, like speak for Archetype too much because, you know, he's not here to kind of like speak for himself, but
thank God
he was so fucking vocal throughout this whole thing, man.
Archetype seems like, I don't know him, and I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him because I don't know him. I'll keep it. I think he's like the type of guy who has like a big opinion. He's very opinionated and likes to be like the protagonist in the situation. Doesn't make him an asshole, but I think it might piss people off sometimes. And I think he's quite content with pissing people off. So that's cool. I mean, if that's what he wants to be, then that's cool. And I reckon if we all linked him and stuff in chat, so it'd be cool. But you know, people's emotions get involved in these hip hop things, don't they? You know what I mean?
But this is the thing with this whole thing, man. Like the politics in the comments and people, you know, kind of manipulating opinions and getting their side on boards, and that's what I'll say right now about like both Wes and Mike Lomax. Like throughout the entire thing, I think you were the least vocal in terms of like neither of you. I didn't see either of you slag anyone else off.
It's business.
Like Wes, you were just kind of either defending yourself or sending props to people who were giving your verses love. Do you know what I mean? But besides that, I didn't see you up in the comments like slagging anyone off.
I'm a grown man. I'm not going to argue over the internet. Yeah. At the end of the day, I said it in my second round against. So my brain's gone blank, man, whatever. But in my second round, I was like, you know, what's my life come to? I'm writing poems over the internet for dudes I never met. And that's it. Like, how can you take this shit seriously? I mean, I don't mean that with any disrespect to you guys. I love what you guys do. I love the platform you put on. I love your podcast. But, like, I don't know how you can take this shit seriously in the sense that, like, we never met each other and we're writing verses for each other. So why are you getting all... the knickers in the twist, you get me?
No,
it's fun, man. It's fun.
From like this whole thing, it was supposed to just be good, clean fun, and be something for everybody to do, so the times can just pass by. So you know, when you see in the comments that a lot of people just going at each other, or you know, they're letting their ego get the best of them, it's sad because we're supposed to be having fun right now.
I think for the most part, like people who did like comment, I think they were just getting caught up in the kind of momentum of the contest, and it was all in like the kind of, you know, in the spirit of the contest. You know what I mean? Like if you were to speak to them outside the context of it, they'd be calm, they'd be cool, it's all love. But it's compounded by like what's happening in the fucking world right now. Everyone's just locked in. Like it's something to focus on. Passion's high. And people get passionate about stuff, and music's one of those things. So I understand it, but at the same time, it's kind of like But yeah, man. So I see kind of both sides of it. Yeah, but
likewise, like
we'll get into the controversy in the semi-finals, man. But
calm. I'm saying what I was going to say for later. Still.
So round one, we had Bucks and Archetype. Obviously, that caused a bit of. It started some shit and some kind of side beefs, and Archetype carried that on to the second round as well. Pique and C.o.N-Vers, that was an unfortunate match off for round one, I think, because they're both like stellar MCs. Yeah, I think C.o.N-Vers is sick. Pique's got like a really bright future, and I'll say this throughout this podcast: if you're kind of listening and you fuck with any of the artists like during this process, then just go follow them, go support them. Because you know a lot of them make music in a serious capacity.
That's it.
So just go show support. You know, it doesn't have to be the be all end all. Like this is just a fucking like throwaway rap contest on Instagram. It's nothing. Like, but those people are actually making music, and actually dedicating their lives to making it. So go show some love. Moo beat Relly by a sliver. I think the percentages were really tight on that one, man.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
So on to round two, man. I think by this stage, everyone had showed their hand, and it was like more of an even playing field. Do you know what I mean? Like what you were saying, Blurds. You went in full on kind of direct battle bars, so people knew that's what you were about. And it was, things were going to get interesting. So I think actually, no, before we go on to round 2, I think a big upset of round 1 was probably Bxrbarian and PJD.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah. That was crazy. That was mental. PJD managed to beat Bxrbarian with one punchline.
Big up Shotgun at Orcs, big up Bxrbarian, big up fucking everyone. Yeah. Stepping heavy like a fat lass on a dance mat. Cheddar Bob called and said he wants his swag back. Scratch that. Honestly, I'm sure that you're a class lad, and that trap swag's getting all the bitches' pants damp. Bars harder than pissing after dropping fingers, styling on these rappers with my pale skin and podgy figure. This competition is fucking rigged if I'm not the winner, cause the flow's rarer than a Muslim eating sausage dinner. Yeah, your nose is bigger than a moose's dick. I've never seen a moose's dick, I just assume it's big. I rap about drugs for humour, I don't use the shit, while you just think it's cool to spit about the way you hoover sniff, stupid prick. So try and tell me that I'll lose a limb, you're up against a lunatic who'll fuck you with no lube or spit. Pause. How you gonna claim you're right fresh, adding extra syllables to words to make the rhyme stretch? Slowly ain't a fucking word.
That was it. Like, the verse was okay. Personally, it was okay. I listened to it before I came downstairs, right, to do this, and I listened to Bxrbarian's verse, and I'm like, fucking hell, like the way he put it together and the way he delivers it and talks it, and he sounds sick. He sounds brilliant.
What was the punchline?
Your nose,
the moose stick, man.
Your nose like a moose's dick.
So the exact bar was, your nose is bigger than a moose's dick. I've never seen a moose's dick. I just assume it's big.
Yeah, that's it.
That got me.
That's just a kid could write that in a playground and they'd be like, oh, do you know what I mean? And it's just that easy. It's that
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think personally, it's probably. I mean, you're a rapper, man, so you probably know better than me, but I think it's hard to write something that directly and that, like, with that much humour, that simple, and make it that effective.
The simplicity. It's just the simplicity of the punch will win over the complexity of a punch, you know what I mean? So, it's a dick joke, and he said, he's got a big nose.
I think as well, like, with English humour versus American, it's kind of like, we like self-deprecation kind of humor naturally, and I'm not saying that is self-deprecation, but it's just silly, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just like, so I think when you're a little bit silly, sometimes it throws people off, and that's what gets you crowd reaction, which can ultimately lead to a win or a loss. But at the same time, when a dude's got fucking bars, mad multis, mad metaphors, it can cause controversy because someone. You know, people like things for different reasons, you know? And when someone's doing this and that, a lot of the time it can get slept on, and then someone comes with a one punch and it will just erode everything that guy said. But the real rappers will be like, no, but this and that. And then,
saying that, though, if you look at PJD's verse, like, his multis are really, really good on it. They're really, really tight.
Yeah.
And all his other verses that he did, they were really, really tight. So very
perfect rhymes as well. Perfect,
The way that just kind of just fell in and just worked as well. Like, whoa.
No, I love that. That was one of my favorite bars from that round, you know.
But I feel bad for Bob because he could have just went in. But if he went further, he could have done more. Do you know what I mean? But I thought when I was looking back on other rappers, I thought about a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? I wish I saw more of this person. I wish I saw more of that person. If you do want to see more of them, just go and buy their fucking music.
Can I ask a quick question? When you see how you had the board and you know how you set it up for who battles who, how did you guys come to so and so goes against so and so? Like, was that a random thing or?
No, man. Did you not watch the video? There were two videos that Verbz did. So he pulled out the names out of a hat, and then there was a video subsequent to that where he pairs them together. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see who's going to be facing who in the first round. Here we got Bucks and Archetype. Gang. Pique, Roscoe and C.o.N-Vers. Gang. Jaydar and Naninho. Rain and Mick Swagger. Excuse the surfaces stuff going on. Moo. T. Relly. Blurred First and Lebs. Lomax, Jacob Flaim. So this is the last one. And lastly, we have Bxrbarian, PJD. Yeah. Big up to everyone that entered. Yeah. Stay locked for what's about to happen next. Peace.
So blame Verbz for everything, right? Okay. so it's Verbz' fault. Yeah, it's Verbz' fault that BX went out to PJD in the first round. But I think PJD brought fucking amazing energy to the contest generally.
Yeah. You can tell he was tapped in. You can tell he was tapped in. He was watching everything, you know.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
He's too invested in it. Do you know what I mean? But I think we all were to a certain extent. But yeah, there was so many characters, man. And just going on to that, you had Naninho and Jaydar in the first round, which I thought was unfortunate because Jaydar's fucking sick, and I thought he didn't get enough time to shine in it as well. Like what you were saying, Rob. It's just the nature of the contest, and when it comes to kind of this open poll voting, obviously we were kind of ignorant to this, and we didn't see anything shady going on until the later stages, which we'll get into. So we had no reason to think there's any kind of dodgy goings on here or whatever. But you got to take into account people who've got a lot of followers and mates, and that's going to play into it, you know. But also, you can't take away from people having to write a new verse every week.
That's
under pressure.
And
everyone delivered on that, man.
Oh man.
So even people giving shit for, came through every week and delivered. So
yeah, I mean, I was thinking because I'm watching the whole thing as well as trying to write tunes and albums at the same time, and I'm thinking with my life, the way it's going, what's going on in my life, could I do what these rappers are doing at the moment every week in and week out? And I'm just thinking to myself, I probably couldn't do this. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what I mean? With the stress, with whatever I'm doing, but it's just nothing but ratings and big ups to everybody who took part and just carried on and managed to deliver the high quality they did, because it's not easy doing it with your life that's going on around you. So
man, the first fucking round, it was Lomax against Jacob via Flaim. What a guy! Jacob's an absolute G. I was talking to him, and he was just like, "Oh mate, I've just got to Vegas. I need to get some sleep. I need to pen my verse." I was just like, "What? This is madness, absolute madness." And he still came through. Obviously, you beat him in the first round, but it was all conducted like gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? And he was another guy who was unanimous in the first round, man. Just his energy was crazy.
Yeah. Good afternoon. It's Jacob, and I'm gonna make him duck down, nigga. That's word to Sean Price. Listen, look. It don't matter, superhero, super villain, Jacob, super fire flame, taking aim and super killing. This shit is too fulfilling, and I'm way too comfortable. Murder a whole village, how many fit in the trunk? I go 1, 2, 3, 4, goddamn. Trunk full of bodies of them seeds that I shot down. Fuck it, close it, we headed to Nevada. Shovel, whole trunk empty, magic tie-dye, bury the bullshit. Digging up the skills for Shady the snake pit. Then embrace the real, these fake niggas shape shift. But I know the deal, so I know how to deal with these fake niggas for real. They all talking tough stuff until they getting handcuffed. Poor McMuffin, he about to give his mans up. You can't trust us up with low standards. Man, these bastards have a pastor putting them in caskets. Word up. Yeah. It's Jacob.
That's kind of, he must have seen my video and then followed me and started like my entrance round, so he kept shouting me out saying, "Yo, this guy looks like fucking what was he saying? I look like a teacher, you know, you're standing teacher. Like, dude looks like a fucking support teacher, but raps like a fucking animal. So I was speaking to him then, and then he was top boy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's actually G. So it just goes to show, like, people making time and coming through with these verses. It's no easy feat. So props to everyone who getting through to like the knockouts and everything else. So on to round 2 then. So PJD fell out to you, Mike, in round 2, and I think PJD came through trying to flex the more like technical flow, right, just to kind of prove himself. Because a lot of people were saying, you know, you just got through because of that Moose's dick bar. So we wanted to kind of like prove that he can actually, you know, do this, which we all knew that he could anyway. But obviously he's up against a fucking alien, so he's not gonna, so he's not going to win that. Do you know what I mean? And I think he said later on down the line, you know, if he was going to go out to anyone, it would be Lomax, and you make him want to like up his pen game. So that's like,
I've spoke to him quite a bit. You know, he's a funny guy, PJD, man. We kind of spoke. He was like, as soon as I wasn't even looking that far ahead. I was just kind of, I've got to write a rhyme against Jacob, and then I got through. So I was like, shit, who am I up against? And then he messaged me. He was like, how do you want to handle this? So I was like, fucking. My exact response was, well, I'm no battle rapper, man, but however you want, sort of thing. And he was like, well, I do what you just said. He wanted to kind of prove he had the ability to flow and spit and do multis and that. Shouts to Bxrbarian though, man, that guy. I didn't even know about that kid until this competition, and I've messaged him a bit, and he sent me a link to fucking a couple of tunes and next level shit, man. That
crazy.
We make creators, man. If you ain't checked that shit out, man. Makes my
man.
What's the name?
Shout single. We make creators, man. C.o.N-Vers, C-Fax.
The last select,
naughty, man.
I'm gonna take a note of that still.
You'll be bouncing to it, man. It's fucking heavy. So PJD was he wanted to. Don't get me wrong, he'd probably murked me off. He was saying shit like, yo, you fucking fanboy from the first round. I'd have been going in about that, you know, commenting on you look like a support teacher and stuff. So I think I had a lucky escape with him not going for me, really, maybe.
Yeah, man. It was weird how some people took like subsequent rounds, like Archetype, for example, up against C.o.N-Vers in this round, but he went in on Bucks instead of going in on C.o.N-Vers. He kind of referenced C.o.N-Vers like a kind of like, you know, like, doff my cap to you, sir. But he was really hung up over the whole Bucks thing beforehand. And then PJD was on about kind of proving himself for the Bxrbarian round prior to your round. So you got it. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird how people interpreted what they needed to do, but there we are.
Say that, but Archetype went through with that verse, didn't he? So
yeah, that's true.
But it's because he wowed people. That's why he was.
He's got a wicked flow, man. To be fair, I do rate
Archetype's dope, man. Moose Funk Squad,
spitter.
Yeah, Moose Funk Squad, man. Have you heard that stuff before?
I've just kind of getting onto him now, but through this comp, really, that's the best thing about this. I've just hooked up to know loads of new shit I didn't know about, basically.
Yeah, man. And then so Con went out to Archetype. That was a close one though. Like C.o.N-Vers is just he's got bars for days, man. That guy. I think he's a sick rapper.
Killer, man.
He's got a good cadence as well, good flow. But again, it's kind of, you can't be at this stage. You just can't be mad when like C.o.N-Vers goes out to Archetype. It could have been either or. Do you know what I mean? So it's just not going to get mad at that. I've got to be impartial anyway. Being impartial throughout this whole process was so fucking difficult. I've got to tell you that. Like, people asking me, like, who have you got in the next round? I was just like, I can't, I'm not at liberty to tell you that right now.
Especially when you know some of these people as well. You got to kind of like, you really have to really have to take a step back.
But also, like, it's keeping the energy up as well, because, like, towards the latter rounds where the energy got a little bit toxic, it was just kind of like doing a 180 on that and making sure that everyone was cool. Do you know what I mean? Because, people were taking it too far and that in the comments, which we touched upon previously. So it was just kind of about like managing it all, making sure that, people are still enjoying themselves. Because like Blurred, you had like a bit of a fallout, not fallout as such, you know, the whole Archetype thing.
Oh, for real, man. Like, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I saw you had a bit of an exchange in the comment section.
Yeah, like my whole life, I've never had an argument over the internet ever. And I didn't even argue with Archetype. I understand he's a dope rapper. He's an old school rapper. He's got fucking bars, and he's passionate. And I understand that, you know, people are passionate about what they do, but I wasn't going to say anything, you know. I was just going to let the bars talk, as you said. But when, like, I just saw him over and over, it was like he was almost trying to turn the audience against me before they even heard me, like by being like, you know, it's bars versus personals or this and that, and you can do both. And that grated me a little bit, but I was like, whatever, it don't matter. Like, this is just fun. Like, I'm not in it to try and kill someone or try and disrespect someone's character, you know. And you know, I saw him he was all over every comment section, and I have no qualms with Archetype. Obviously, you heard me. I did what I did. I said what I said. But I'd be lying if I told you that he didn't get under my skin, and it takes a lot to get under my skin. Like, I'm the self-professed crossdresser. You know what I mean? I don't take shit seriously, bro. Like, Blood First is a parody of myself. You know what I mean? It's fun to me, you know. And when I felt it started to turn into, like, I felt like the fun got taken out of it. And you saw what I said. Like, you know, I was very respectful in what I said, but the way that he was complaining about it and trying to change the rules, even though I'd asked you, like, what's going on, it kind of sucked the fun away a little bit. And then seeing him arguing with people, which I didn't take a part in until he called a woman a cunt. Like, I'm just like, okay, like, save it for the bars, you know? Save it for the bars, but it's love Archetype, man. I ain't got I don't care, you know what I mean? It's just fun.
Man. I think it's all within the kind of parameters of the contest now, man. Do you know what I mean? And I think, but before we kind of go into the positive side, we've got to dive dark into the abyss for the semi-final, because this is where the fucking controversy really hit hard in this thing, man. Jesus Christ, shit went down. So
this is where I nearly broke my rule of not commenting to little comments, man, but I held my nerve.
So I think first, obviously you touched upon Blurred and Archetype. You know, it happens. You went through, you know, people from both camps were passionate, but, you know, people want to hear about this fucking Naninho Lomax shit, so we're going to touch upon that. So yes, basically how it went down was, obviously we were like monitoring all the votes. It's an open vote. We're an open page. We weren't really expecting this kind of, like, this level of controversy in a like a real small scale rap contest on Instagram, so didn't really think too much of it. But I was closely monitoring the votes as they were coming in for Naninho and Lomax, and Lomax was up by about 6 or 7 votes, so it was like neck and neck, like 50% I think it read, but it would have had to have gone to the number of votes if like I would have shared with you and you would have gone through on that. And then 2 minutes, I think it was about, like, within 2 minutes, I just saw it bump up to like 60% or something. And I thought, what the fuck? Like 300 votes for Naninho. And I was just like, something's up here. This is fucked. So I messaged Naninho and I just said, mate, like, your votes have just jumped up by 300 votes in like 2 minutes. Like, what's going on with that? And he was like, mate, I don't actually know, no idea. So, like, I added a group chat with, like, Lomax and Naninho and was just like, yeah, you know, this is what's happened. We really don't know what we're going to do because, like, we didn't really account for it. You know, we didn't really prepare for this scenario. It seems fishy and it's just kind of like, is what it is. So we didn't really have time to digest it. And me and you spoke, didn't we, Mike? And it was like, yeah, I gave you a call and, like, I think your missus and your daughter were just in the background just going absolutely mental. And I was just like, oh shit. I was just like, mate, I don't know what we need. I don't know what we can do. Like, we may just have to put Naninho through because there's no way we can prove it. And he's denied it. There's no way we can prove that he's done it. But these accounts that have come through with these votes look a bit suspect, like bot accounts. Like, you know the type. They got like no profile picture, no followers, that kind of shit. And So we were just kind of like letting it lie that evening. We were just going to think about it. And then Aiden, just throwing him under the bus because he's not here to defend himself. He was just like, he was just like, because obviously like with this whole like Verbz verse, we've all like chipped in for a Verbz verse for the prize. So he was just like, he was like, I don't want to pay for a verse if it's going to someone who's cheated potentially. So he was just like, right, I'm going to like release a statement just so everyone knows that we've like acknowledged what's happened and upload it to Instagram. And I was like, we're all just like, yeah, okay, like, you know, go for it. It seemed like the right idea at the time. And then he put it up. And then I was asleep. I woke up and I just saw a message from him going like, mate, I've had to take it down. It's getting absolutely fucking obliterated on there. And so the video was
the same time.
The video was basically Aiden saying like, if you're aware, like Naninho had a spike of votes in the last minute, but we can't prove it, so we're going to have to put him through. But go and support Lomax anyway, etc. But Naninho is going to progress to the final. And obviously that opened up fucking Pandora's box. It was insane. He had like fucking, I woke up the next day and I was just like, what? What's going on?
I just remember seeing that, and then I just said to you, but like, we need to just redo this vote again. And then that's when I was messaging, doing the Instagram, and I was on the accounts and doing that bit. But
yeah, man, you took over at that point, didn't you? You were just like, I don't know what to do with this shit. And Jake was like, we need a recount, or I think it was Rob. You messaged him, you saying, fuck this.
I was getting it from like, obviously we was all chatting about it, like all us lot. And then I got another group of people that were monitoring the situation, and they were all going, nah, fuck this, he's a fucking liar, and he's a cheater, you should kick him out. And they were saying like, I'm not going to say who it was because that's bait, but they were saying like, fucking, Shotgun Notes have got no backbone, they're fucking, I thought they were this, and I'm like, just chill the fuck out. Like, it's a competition, calm down. But I was thinking like, we do need to do something about it, because we're going to get hung out to dry otherwise if we don't.
Yeah, man. So the revote went in. We locked the account. Lomax won, like by quite a large margin. So that was that. But
the rest is history.
Lomax, man, how was that for you at the time? And I appreciate you reaching out as well, man. That was
crazy, man. It was crazy. So we were watching it, and it was 51-49, and then it would go 50-50, and then it would just keep like fluctuating like that. So, and I'd watched all the votes, man, every round, because obviously I'm invested in it. I want to go through or whatever. So I'm watching how the percentages move all the time, and then all of a sudden it just bounced to like 58-42. And my daughter, as you've heard on the phone in the background, is a bit feisty, as can my wife be. And she was like, Dad, nah, he's cheating. He's just jumped 8%. You need to message Shotgun the Orcs right now. So I was like, so that's when I sent you a message. And then by the next day, like I was obviously watching all this. I think I know like a few people who were commenting on my behalf because it got passionate this end. They were like, nah, I'm not having that shit. So apologies if anybody got like the nose out of joint, but it was just madness. And then the next day, I don't know if it was you then, Jake, maybe, just message saying in brackets, Tom's busy. So I was like, fuck, man, I think we've
you've broken
finished Tom off, yeah, man.
I didn't know what to say about Tom, so I just said he was busy. I didn't want to say he had a breakdown.
No. For the record, I didn't have a nervous breakdown.
We nearly did.
I didn't think you had a breakdown. I thought you were like, fuck this, I'm washing my hands of this shit.
I was like that for a split second, but then as soon as like I think it was a team effort behind the scenes to put that right. You know, it was kind of, we wanted to, but it just wasn't. Initially, we just didn't know how to do it. It was just like we were still digesting it, and probably like hastily were like, okay, yeah, we'll just do this.
From my point of view, I spoke to you on the phone, and you said what you were going to do, and I accepted it as a grown up, and I said fair play, and we put the phone down. So that was that. And it's like we said, man. There's no manual, is there? You've not done this shit before, so but it got rectified, man. It's all good.
Yeah, man, and I'm glad it did, man, because the final was fucking levels.
Do you know what though? Shouts to like Naninho, because I think he held himself quite well throughout the whole thing. Like he's I think he must have been the youngest kid in the competition, or youngest person in the competition, and he held it like, he's like, mate, you're you're in a fucking internet competition. Why are you all getting stressed about this? Like,
with regard to Naninho, I actually messaged him and apologised a bit like you said, Wes, because I went in on him and he didn't say shit about me, and I watched his verse. I was like, what have I fucking done here, man? And I literally apologised. I sent him a message saying, yo, man, I thought you were coming for me, so I went for you, sort of thing. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think when no one was out to like for a smear campaign against the poor kid, you know what I mean? Because it was like he did come through every week, and it's he deserved to be there like everyone else did.
But he's not like a proper rapper, is he? Does he put out music? I don't think he says someone said he hasn't even got a mic or something like that. He can just rap.
He said he hasn't got a mic, to be fair. He might have one now, man. We're all like older men that can rap because we've been rapping too long. Do you know what I mean? He's like a kid that just does it.
But
I think that's what bothered people the most. You know, this is a guy that just came out of nowhere. You know, he's not a real rapper, and you know, he's advancing. Yo, who the fuck is this? I think that's what really got
to some people.
And he handled it really well as well. Like he obviously and you know that this isn't us like saying Naninho cheated, because he said to me he didn't do it. Someone might have done it on his behalf that he's unaware of, and I believe him, man. Do you know what I mean?
Me too. Like, I don't think he did it. I've
got no reason, and he obviously like issued like an apology, which I thought was really surreal for like such a small scale thing as well. It was like some fucking influencer style apology. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, it never meant to get this far, man. Like, fuck Naninho, no. But yeah, fucking Botgate can do one. That was madness. Like, I'm just happy.
Botgate, right?
That's it, man.
Shouts to Naninho for like taking on the chin, and like I'm glad that like everyone stopped gunning for him in the end. After like, do you know what I mean? Because it's not what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the final, fuck me, that was a good final, because I think, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one who thinks this, but I think it's a good representation of all the different styles we had in the in the final 16 come together for the final. You know, you've got it's very kind of polarizing. You know, UK rap, UK hip hop, and everything else. Loads of different opinions and loads of different views as to what constitutes real rap. You know, like, is it like that you're not real rap, and what is it? And I think both of you delivered in a way that shut everyone up. Do you know what I mean? And you both did your thing respectively. You both kind of owned your different styles and gave everyone a really entertaining final. So fucking salute to you both, guys.
Nice one, man. Thank you.
There ain't nothing that you can do to me. Fuck the scrutiny. It's time that I write your eulogy. It's just you and me. No archetype to confuse the scene. You've been taking rock to the head, that Lil Uzi G. Judging by those goofy teeth, you've been choosing to chew on ease. Time for me to fuck up these older bitches like Cougar scenes. Blood first, mate. Oh, Captain Spit is for mutiny. On my own wave. I'm the captain, now look at me. My bull's bigger than the chip on Archetype's shoulder. You'll probably win because they'll bitch until they vote for ya. My gangrene, a team you don't wanna go toe to toe with. I'm the GOAT, you ain't coming close, I'm Bukaki phobic. And I ain't begging or crying, it's really been an honor to come in second to MC Grinder's alleged father. And when it's over, we'll shake it off just like men should. And I'll do anything to hear you yell with word. Took both of your fans and nope, I won't give them back. Your name's a fucking paradox, you're low to the max. You're looking like your favorite holidays, 04 Zante. If hair could talk, then yours would say, swear on me nan's grave.
We got to touch upon the bars though, because there was some sleuthing going on for real. Do you know what I mean? Like,
go.
Inspector Lomax, man.
Shouts to my daughter for finding his Facebook page.
I knew you had help. Oh my days.
Before we should ask like what our favourite bars is of theirs, isn't it? Really, like the people that weren't rapping, like us lot, like Big O and me, Jake, Tom. We should say what our favourite bars from that last verse was, or that last final was. I reckon. And you can get into what you think.
I love Grinder's estranged father.
No, when he was like, he had the hairline to say, I never heard this or seen this meme before, but when you said, you know, the man has a hairline, like, I swear on my nan's great, that actually made me go and look for the meme. I've never seen or heard that expression before. But
I'd not, and I went and looked at the meme. He's gonna make me a fucking meme with that shit, man. I'm gonna be his next meme.
Oh man,
that battle was meme worthy as fuck, man. My favorite.
Go on.
My favorite Lomi bar was I'll slice the pussy. Oh, you're listening to the hysterectomy. That was fucking raw as fuck. But
the one I liked was, of all the names you picked, you picked the one that you can't pronounce.
Yeah. Blood. On my nan's grave, Lomax, bro. When I heard that fucking bar, bro, I refreshed it, blood. I refreshed it, bro. Of all the names you could have picked, you picked the one you couldn't pronounce. I was like, checkmate, nigga.
You know what, man? Apologies. I work with like young people, and I was like, can I go in on a man's list? But it was like, it's rude and shit. But I was just like,
bro, you should.
I've got to make a little reference to it, but not actually like go in too much. So yeah,
mate,
man, shouts.
I have no business rapping with a list, bro. It shouldn't even. I shouldn't even got this far. And I'll be honest, man. Like I was talking to my boys about this, this whole competition, and I kept saying like every round I was expecting someone to. If you look at my IG, which you did, Lomax. Thank God for that, bro. My IG, there are so many things you can cuss me on, bro. There's like, you know what I mean? I'm out there. I'm an effeminate rapper, if you want to put it that way, bro. Like I take the piss out of myself. I'm into fashion. I'm a vegan. I can't believe no one made fun of me being vegan, vegan, and I've got a list, and like on everything, and it ain't just me being like, I came second, so I've got to like suck a dick. It ain't that. Genuinely, as a fan who respects the craft, which you disrespectfully don't think I do, which was fucking amazing itself. You did, bro. Lomax, bro, you've done your research. Every single bar hit, like every single bar, to the point where you were referencing my other verses in there was you had no filler. And like when I watched it back, like by the time it even got to the final, like with the whole thing with Archetype and the way it kind of got a bit foul or whatever, I was just like, I know I'm going to lose in my head. And that sounds really negative, but I was like, I want to die on my own sword if I'm going to lose. Because I've seen Archetype and PJD, whatever, like on their stories being like, vote Lomax anyway. And I've already made enough enemies in the competition, like enemies, but you know what I mean? Like I've been sending for people and getting in on them. So like I was like, if I'm going to be the villain, I'm going to die on my own sword and fucking like, and I looking back, like people were like, why did you mention Archetype? I was like, I had to. I fucking had to. Like, call it petty, call it what you want. He spent the whole round on Bucks, and I just wanted to. And it felt fucking good. So that's why you can say, like...
Can I actually thank you for that, man, what you just said, but who's my two fans who you taking off me and you never get back?
It rhymes. It rhymes.
You know, I was like, I said to my wife, I was like, I think he's been watching the comments on the semi-final, and I think he's stealing my wife and my daughter. I was like,
it rhymes, man. It rhymes, bro. That's why I was like, and I know it could easily be interpreted as me being like, I knew I was going to lose, so I didn't try. Because I fucking tried, man. I gave it my best shot, bro. But when I was like, it's been an honor to come in second to MC. I know there's a punchline there, but like I was like behind all the fucking jokes and the punchlines and this and that. Like from the qualifying stage, like you have been my favorite rapper. So like, no, for real. And also I feel like it sounds really weird. Like you were fucking going for me, but in my head, like you were giving me respect by actually doing the due diligence to actually check out my shit, find out my real name, like call out my best friends, fucking go in on, and do you know what I mean? And every round I was like, why are they not fucking looking at my IG and taking the piss out of me? Because I'm a fucking clown on the internet. So like, real talk. No, real talk.
That was respect, man, because I knew you were coming for me, and I knew
you did.
I knew I had to have something. Shouts to Sammy switches it for taking that like a gentleman, man. And apologies again, bro. Apologies.
Nah, fuck apologies, man. Fuck that guy. That's my best friend. Fuck him too. He can die with me. But like, and what the last thing I'm gonna say, I don't mean to hold court too much, but I just got to go off my chest. Like with the semi-final, because of all the shit going on outside of the battle. The head-to-heads or battles, whatever you want to call them, like, you know, with bars versus this and that. Like when I was in the semi-finals against Archetype, I was like, because I don't know too much about Shotgun New York's fan base, but through the comments, I can tell that you, like, not you lot, but there's a lot of hip hop purists that want bars, they want multis, they want the real craft, you know, which I grew up on, and I love that. So in my semi-final, instead of being like the clown that I have been, I was like, let me beat him at his own game by, because he was giving respect to, I can't remember who it was in the round before. I was like, let me show you respect, but then tell you why. That like you can fucking show respect to someone while killing them too. I forgot what I even said, but do you know what I mean? It was like I came at a different angle.
The same way you respect the lamb before killing it.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not doing that twice. I was like, in the final, I was like, I felt like he kind of won in a way because I adapted my style to do something I didn't want to do, and that was my least favorite round in the whole competition. If I'm honest, that was my least favorite round from me because in order to get to the next level, I was like, if I clown him and I do punches and I don't go for the multis and the real lyrical miracle bars, then like he's gonna win and I won't make it to the final. So I adapted my style. So when it came to the final, I was like, I ain't doing that twice, bro. I'm gonna die on my own sword. And fucking props to Lomax, because like, bro, I can tell you're a veteran, man. Like you're ridiculous. And last thing I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, but I have to get this off my chest. Like you're a rapper's rapper, bro. Like, believe it or not, like I know my style seems very like jokey, punchy, blah blah. Like I only did multi-rhymes. I've been rapping since I was 10, innit? I was like a Rhyme Asylum fucking fanboy, Eminem fanboy. Like I've only been rapping like that growing up. So like when I hear you, I'm not saying that's your only thing, but like you're a real wordsmith. Like you've done your 10,000 hours. Like you're a master of your craft. So it is, from the bottom of my heart, like an absolute fucking honor to even be in the final with you, but you absolutely fucking hurting me with my own angles, you know? So like, big up your chest, brother. Big up your chest, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like, you came with it every round, bro. You was never like the disrespect line. That was just a punch, but man, every round you came hard and you did your business, man, and you made it to the final. So fuck what anybody thinks, innit, bro? There was that second round, the one you said, the Archetype one, man, there was plenty of craft, if you like, in the middle of it, man. It was dope. So yeah, man, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, man, I second that, man. That last on the final verse, man, when the little subtle like rap hub pop up that you put in it, a little kind of dig to the old boys. That killed me.
That was for Archetype. That was for Archetype.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
it was
on that bit. I was just like, that's fucking great. Cougar reference, man. That was so fucking funny, man. It's all love, though, man.
Man.
The whole fucking thing was hilarious. Like the whole the pre-match warm-up with Mick Swagger and PJD as well. Like, those guys were so invested. They were just like, right, we just can't get enough of this shit. Can we just do another battle?
Just carry on.
And then had to tie loose ends up. Obviously, like Archetype, all the side beefs as well. Archetype and Mick Swagger, and because Mick Swagger's just like mega troll, and he loves it. He's just like ultimate like meme lords, mega troll man. Shouts to Mick Swagger, man.
Big up Mick.
Have a back and forth and shotgun the orcs. You got a kid on the way, well fingers crossed that it's yours. I heard you digging up Verbz cause he was elongating words to fit. You'll hate this then, mate, you are a 80 dick. You think you coming with some great rhymes. The only way you'll take lives is if you stage dive. I don't play nice, I'm that cunt. You hit the floor like Ash does from hash blunts. Swagger fuck the north up like Maggie Thatch done. These people want some action, that's bad news. You whack, dude, you should have pulled out. And that statement's for your dad too. I'll clap you at the NHS. Your rhymes just ain't as fresh. Sure, I got this hippie weave, but your bulk up's a fucking mess. You saying that you're funny, but I ain't laughing, mate. You getting cast aside by a guy that looks a castaway. You ain't gonna last today, man, I hate ya. You look like you drive an Audi and work as a Forex trader. Who am a kid, then I'm shit too. I got booted off my round by a guy who hasn't got a tune out. But for now I'm here to kill this rapper and make more Swagger fans. Then I'll split like this Brits damn gastric band.
He made it entertaining as well.
He did.
What I mean? And it's all a good jest.
Sick beats as well, man. Big up the swag.
Bro, that icon hat, yeah?
Yeah, his
Sam, but I didn't even clock it. The first. I reloaded it, and then I was like, I don't see the egg carton behind it. I lost it, man. That was my highlight of the whole competition, fam.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Shit.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, it was just full of controversy, but I think we got there in the end. So yeah, congrats to you two for, making the final. Lomax for winning the thing. First Shotgun the Bars champion. We might do it again. I probably never will. We will. I
won't. I'm done.
I won't. Hell no.
But I'm just hoping from all of this, people kind of have discovered new people. I'm 100% sure that they definitely have, and go support the artists, and that's ultimately what it's all about, Like, hopefully some good music gets made out of all of this. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Verbz feature with Lomax, man. Because hand on heart, like I would. Yeah, I don't even care how it fucking sounds. Like, I mean it. I don't even care about the podcast. People looking at this. Lomax, like, I would listen to your shit, like, genuinely. Like, I would study your shit and learn how to fucking do intricate rhyme schemes and all that kind of stuff. But hearing you and Verbz on a chat together is what I'm really looking forward to, man. So,
nice one, brother. Thank you, man.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. We got some stuff in the pipeline as well, like off the back of the competition. We'll keep that hush hush for now, because
why
it's always unwise to shout about something before it materializes, man. Rob, you're dying.
Sure.
Why?
We'll just let it manifest in its time, and we'll announce it when it's good and ready. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not saying nothing. I've been told now. We'll get there. Easy peasy. It will happen.
Yeah, exactly, man. So just shouts to everyone for participating in the contest. Again, if you've discovered a new artist, go fuck with them, go support them. Shouts to Cosm again for all jokes aside, man, this was your idea. Thanks for coming through.
I'm saying I just come up with the idea in the car purely because I was being selfish, trying to get people to listen to my album, right? You pulled like that was all it was. I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, you pulled it off, right? And the benefit is for everyone else, you know what I mean? And it pulled everyone, so you.
Okay, so it was all me. All right, cool. That's all right. Yeah.
Shouts to Shotgun, man. It was epic, man. Epic.
Aiden did a little video and embarrassed himself. And then
Aiden almost got us cancelled.
That's it.
No, but I've got to shout Aiden out, honestly, because he's the guy who's going to be editing this podcast and putting it out. So
he's going to cut that bit out.
Yeah. Slightly, man. The thing, I didn't even see the video get posted, man. I was feeling like real ill, and I went to bed early that night, and I just woke up with loads of messages like "fuck," and the video had since been deleted. So I was just like, okay, that's not good. I'm gonna have to sort this shit out in the morning. But on the real though, thanks for everyone for getting involved. Big O, G-Man, who couldn't make it today as well. The beats were absolutely fire throughout. Yeah, so the contest wouldn't have been the same without them. I think when we do this next time, it'd be interesting to see kind of what direction we take it in, and what kind of concept we'll apply to it. If we'll do a knockout tournament again, if it's going to be bars versus battle, who knows, man? There's so many different options, but
you have to tell people to do the right thing. Otherwise, people aren't going to be cussing people. And who's got their hand up?
Yeah. Where's? Come on, man. What are you saying?
If you do the competition again, will you specify if it's going to be a battle ting or a bars ting? And my second question is,
no.
Let's keep it on our toes.
Just do it.
I forgot what I was going to fucking say. Forget my second point. I lost it. Too much gin, but hey.
Right, so
it was a good one still, but honestly though, I really want to say like big up Shotgun the Orcs, man, and particularly you, Tom. No, because you was always on your phone. Every time I had a question, you were there. You made it very clear what was going on, how it was, and I'm really grateful for the platform, because more than anything, it's just been fucking fun, man. It's been really fun. But big up you, man, for putting it on. And after this call, I'm gonna check out all your fucking podcasts and your videos and that, because you man are doing bits for UK hip hop, man, and I'm a fucking rapper through and through. So thank you so much, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And I can tell you, man, do it for the love as well. You know, you man are really passionate about what you do. It's real. When I was stepping into this, I didn't even know it was real hip hop, proper.
Yeah, man.
Levels.
I wish I could tell you it was for the money, but nah. It's UK hip hop, innit? But no. Shouts to everyone for getting involved, for listening, participating. Does anyone have anything they want to kind of plug, shout out, or talk about before we wrap things up tonight?
Yeah, obviously.
Put your hands up.
God, who wants to go first? I don't want to go first. I don't want to go first. I'm going to go first, yeah?
Yeah, I'm picking on you now, man.
New album, That's Better, Michael Parkinson. The single Mount Olympus is out now with Juggernaut, C.o.N-Vers, Michael Parkinson. Mick Swagger's also on the album. Go and get that. It's on Spotify. You can get the CD off Bandcamp. Yeah, we've got Anthill Mob coming out soon. Me, Mick, Bucks. That's going to come out soon with Parky.
We got Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. Yeah, Bucks. And that's it. That's
Jake,
it.
when's
We've
your
got other
album
things
out?
coming too, but I'm going to be...
When's mine out?
Yeah, exactly. Jake, when's your album out?
Soon, man. It's gonna be big.
Just for the record, I'm joking. Jake has no music
Jake
coming.
isn't joking. Jake isn't joking. That's the thing.
Big O, man.
Just for the record, I'm not joking.
What was that?
Big O, man. I know you've got some stuff in the pipeline of recent releases.
Shit, man, so much. Well, I just released the Complexity with me and P-Rob. We've been working on that for 4 years, and that shit has taken off. You know, it debuted at number 15 on the Amazon charts, top 100. So people been tuning into that. Then last week, me and Lou, we dropped our second single for our new upcoming collaboration album called Journey of Choices. Then it's I'm drawing blanks right now. Avenue of the Aspects. It dropped. It features Doughboy Tony and P-Rob and Shari. She's a singer out here in Birmingham, UK, and that single's taken off. Me and Lou's album, Journey of Choices, The Awakening Mind, that's dropping at the end of April, so that's coming. Then me and Loco, we got a new album coming out called Waves, that's coming out in May. Then me and B-Champs, we got a new album coming out together. We don't have a set date for it, but it's called Mood Swings, so that's coming. My third LP, I'm just going to break some news on the podcast right now. It's called The Mind's Mirror. That's coming out in June. It's my third beat tape. And that the first single, that should be coming out in May. And me and Dankery Harv of Frank and Dank, we got an EP coming out somewhere around August. So a lot of stuff coming. Stuff coming.
Busy.
That's quite a list, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I asked now. Fucking hell. No, I'm joking. That's sick. Ridiculous. I'm looking forward to hearing that, man. But Blood First, you're up next, man.
Man.
Where can I check your music? I listened to some of your tracks on SoundCloud and they're sick.
Oh, really? I thought I took them down.
No.
Well, after this conversation, I'm going to take it all down.
I clocked the MF Doom reference as well in one of your tracks, and I was just
live, yeah, man. I'm a big fan of MF Doom for real, R.I.P. innit? But believe it or not, and this is not what anyone in this audience probably wants to hear, but I've been rapping my whole life, but what I'm coming out with this year is indie music, punk music, rock music, with rapping in the verses and that. But I think. That's why I kind of feel relieved that I didn't win, because there's nothing to be expected of me. But I'm doing a lot this year. I direct my own videos, and you'll see in the next coming months and that this summer I'm rolling out, and by the end of the year I'm going to do my headline show in London. So I just want to appreciate everyone here. Oh, also big up Pink Grass Art. This t-shirt I'm rocking. It's pnkgrs.com. That's my sister's brand. It's a black-owned business, and she designs it all herself with a Sharpie, man. Check it out. It's lit. But yeah, I want to say thank you, for real. Like, you, man, a legend. Thank you for putting this shit on. Thank you for the platform. And I've never been so happy to come second, man. Big up Lomax, the legend.
All good. So speaking of which, Lomax, man, what's in the pipeline, G?
Shit, man. So got some crew shit. I'm on Authentic Records. Shouts to them. So I've got some crew shit called Them, THEM. That's coming. I'm quite excited about that. We've got like a double album with 16 bangers. That's me, Carlo, Seek the Northerner, Brother Smokes, and DJ Musical. So like 4 MCs and a DJ. We've just got 16 bangers on an album, man, with some dope features. So look out for that. Working on a few EPs and a few collabs. Shouts to my boys Marty and Druid. I'm going to do some videos with them and shit. And yeah, man, just beats, rhymes, keep it coming, innit, man, hip hop.
Oh man, yeah.
Shouts to my daughter and my wife for kicking up a stink on the phone. And,
I'll second that.
Shouts to you boys. Just what Blurred said, man. Shouts to you for being a dope opponent, man. I knew I had to come with it, and you did. It's funny as fuck. I still watch your verse now. I'm like, nailed me. But yeah, thank you for the platform. Thank you for everybody who voted, commented, got involved, man. It's all love, and yeah, man. Thank you.
For real. So, yeah, we've been Shotgun the Orcs. You can catch us on all the usual platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. Footage will be up on YouTube as well. So stay locked for that. Like, subscribe, and all of that if you want to.
You won't find us on Apple Music. Apple Podcast.
Yeah, right. Sorry, mate. Netflix as well. Nah, I'm joking. You fucking threw me off there. But anyway, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Yo, I don't know if you heard, Lomi turns the world absurd. Span around a millisecond later, now your vision's blurred. Seems I never really swerve, for better or for worse. Plus I only came for props, I already know my worth. I'm trying to write some nice words, but have to deal with blurred terse. Yo, you should have stayed at home wanking to your first verse. Of all the names you could have chose, you picked the one you can't pronounce. Fuck is that about? Still can't figure him out. I'm acidic with the mouth, but clearly here's another route. Ain't about a syllable count, flow with just the right amount. Self-professed cross-dresser, Wild West can never get to me. I slice the pussy, yo, you're listening to the hysterectomy. Have to end your clean sweep, bro, and not regretfully. You respect the craft and disagree disrespectfully. Funny how you're still around, the broken record's right. Louis got some voodoo and maybe you and Alex are tight. I don't know, but fuck you and Sammy, switch up for real. I'm a killer, y'all are suicidal. We should make a deal. Subtitles, ghostwriters up against me, so I'll chill. Proper hip hop, all of Ireland, going for the kill, motherfuckers.